The Ahn Shin-Ae Show is sponsored by Anchor, the Democratic Republic of Dilation, PenaVega Entertainment Group, the Dilation Corporation, and by listeners like you. Thank you. The thoughts, ideas and suggestions of Gage Kirby, the GC2 cult, the conservative right-wing media, and any form of media not promoted and or created by the Democratic Republic of Dilation, PenaVega Entertainment Group, or any member organization of the Dilation Corporation, does not in any way, shape, or form, legally, realistically, or accurately represents the beliefs of the Ahn Shin-Ae Show, has no personal connection with any member of the Ahn Shin-Ae Show, and is in no way, shape or form an accurate or realistic representation of any member of the Ahn Shin-Ae Show. The Ahn Shin-Ae Show and PenaVega Entertainment Group along with the Democratic Republic of Dilation wishes you a wonderful, peaceful and beautiful Pride Month. You are valid and nothing will ever change that.
once it's lubricated, I would insert it in. And you don't need to use both hands. Gently. Hi everyone, this is Vicky. Welcome back to my channel. I finally had my struggle pandemic DIY hair fix, and I'm so happy that I found a hairstylist. I had to travel quite a bit outside the city, but he's amazing, and I'm very happy with the result. Now, many of you have always asked me so many questions about dilation. Talking about it is one thing, actually sitting down and do it is totally different. So I really want to dedicate this video to everybody out there who have problem and struggle with dilation. If you ever feel unmotivated to do it, turn on this video. I'm right here with you. We'll dilate together. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to our little growing family here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for being here again. I love to see you all every week coming back. And if you want to see more content from me, please follow me on Instagram at I'm Vicky Lee. Before we start the video, I just want to say this whole thing is all for educational purposes. If you want to see anything X-rated, I think you have to go to OnlyFans or something. Other people's OnlyFans, not mine. Anyways, let's get started. Personally, I like to dilate in one place and one place only when I'm home. I don't like to move around. I have a drawer where I keep all of my stuff that I need for dilations. It's very convenient. In my drawer, I have towels, I have wipes, I have everything that I needed. So the first thing that I need is towel. I used to use these pads from the hospital. They are great and you can use them multiple times, but the thing is, once you run out of it, you have to get wee pads, and you go through a lot of them. I just don't want to waste so much. So what I do, I buy these in bulk. You use it every week, you do laundry, you throw them in there, so you recycle everything. So it's a lot more sustainable, and I like to keep it that way. And a hand mirror is super important, so always keep one with you. I'm at the point where I can feel comfortable when I don't use my mirror. I can know exactly where I need to hit on the dilators. Just to be sure, keep it around is always helpful. Also, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm just gonna scale this right here where we only see half of my body, okay? These are all my boyfriends, and of course, Loop Life. This is the only loop that I would recommend right now because it's the one that I have the least problem with. It's super clean, it's super doable, and it's not sticky. We're gonna dilate with Rocco. So you want to put enough. So that's how it looks right now. You can see like a thin coat. So you want to spread it out. In the beginning, I just thought the more loop, the better. They do recommend that from the hospital just because it's a sensitive area. You want it to go in as smooth as possible, so the more loop, the better. So with Loop Life, you don't even have to use that much. Like, that's how much I have it on. It's like a very thin coat, and it does the job. I don't know about you, but for me, I go in the first one without any push, any force, just slide it in. I can hit like this spot right here, but the goal is this one. So what I would do, I would tease it a little bit. with the loop on the outside of the vagina. Once it's lubricated, I would insert it in. And you don't need to use both hands. Gently. Remember to take deep breaths also. It really helps. In the beginning, it's really hard for me to do it. Sometimes I forgot to breathe. What you want to do, just close your eyes. Take deep breaths. Use your 2 fingers and just gently push in the dilator. Once you feel like there's no more room, like stop. Now I'm gonna use my hand mirror to check. Okay, so I hit my usual spot, right? So I'm gonna use this dilator right here to show you. Right now I'm at this spot. The goal is right here. I'm just gonna leave the dilator in there at this spot for like a couple minutes. Sometimes I leave it on for like 45 seconds. I just count in my head and then like reinsert it. A lot of people really think that dilating is like masturbation, and it's not. They really think that you just go in and out and just kind of like pleasure yourself. It's actually not. You just insert the dilator and you keep it right in there for 15 minutes every session. I don't 100% find pleasure in it. What I do, I just know this is necessary, it's mandatory, and is my aftercare so I can keep the result that I want. Once they first introduced me to my boyfriends, I started with Jerome, which is the second to biggest size. It was fine. I didn't feel painful. It was more uncomfortable. And that was like the beginning of my surgery. The surgeon was so nervous that the canal is gonna close, so they encouraged me to do it. They gave me the permission to go down to the smallest, which I named Lucas. I did it for 1 day, 4 times a day. It wasn't painful, it's just a lot of blood because, you know, it's fresh surgery. But yeah, it was great. I didn't have any problem at all. On the second day, they told me to use this one. I think I ended up staying 11 days in total, and the rest of the time that I was there, I named this one Mateo, and for the rest of the time I was in the hospital, I actually used this one. It's the second smallest one, and it was great. When they told me, because of my complications, I have to be released with the catheter. You can watch it in my SRS vlog. It was horrible. I hated it. I was like, there's no way that I am gonna be released with the catheter. So I made a little arrangement with my surgeon. What if I dilate for 1 full day with Jerome right here, which is the second to biggest one, the one that they originally make me do it on the first time. I said, what if I dilate with this one and I'm gonna keep dilating with it? Can I be released without a catheter? So they said, okay, just dilate with this one, we'll take out the catheter and you're good. I basically dilated with Jerome for like 3 months. Once I move on to the 4 months, that's when I start dilated with Rocco. So now that it's been a couple minutes, what I do, I would take out the whole thing. Once you take out your dilator, you can check. One time I found like plastic thread. Lots of time there was blood and blood clot. But right now, almost 9 months, you can see everything is super clean. There's no residue, nothing in there, just lube, because everything inside a lot more clean. I'm gonna reinsert it. This is just my method. I don't know anybody does it, but it works for me, and I don't mind a little bit more time. When I insert it the second time, I can feel that it go a lot more deeper, and when you feel like it's super tight, so what I do, I use both hands. I keep the dilator where it's supposed to be, and I'm just gonna take a deep breath. Once you breathe out, just kind of push it in a little bit more. And now when I check, With my hand mirror, I'm exactly where I need to be. Just use one hand at a time and keep the dilator in there for 15 minutes. Alright, this is a time that you use for yourself. I do think that a lot of people's first problem is just like the trauma behind the surgery, like you're afraid that it's gonna hurt. For me, my experience with dilation, it's never been painful. It can be uncomfortable a lot of times, and most of the time it's just time consuming, and you just feel like, oh, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do this? Like, it feels great to skip it. The first 3 months is the most important because you get discharged from the hospital, you in so much pain medication, and you need to catch up on your sleep. But then every 2 to 3 hours, there's something for you to do. I remember just like, I tried to sleep. Every 2 hours or an hour, I have to wake up, I have to take my pain medications, I have to eat something, I have to do a little bit of exercise, and then I have to dilate. So it's so much work, and you just feel like your day is completely full, that once you just settle down and you found a comfortable position and you just sat there for like what, 5 minutes, you have to like get up and do something. You have to go to the shower, you have to douche, you have to dilate. It's a lot, and I understand, but guess what, like, you have went through so much. I don't know about you, but SRS surgery in New York is super booked. I booked a consultation with my surgeon, and I think it was like 6 months until I get to, you know, do the consultation. It can take from 1 year to 2 years until you get your surgery. I was already prepared with everything. I went in there, I got all my paperwork, I submitted it the first day. I was able to book an appointment for the surgery 1 year from my consultation. Basically, this is something that you want to do. It's important to you. It's life-saving. SRS is very critical to a lot of people's life. It's a very important surgery. The surgery is 50%. The aftercare is another 50%. So why would you wait that long, go through so much, get the surgery, and not take care of it after? I understand that for a lot of people, they get the SRS surgery for aesthetic reason and not really use the full functionality of it. I personally enjoy using everything, and I wanted to keep it in the best condition as much as I can, and that's why I'm very committed to dilating. Trust me, it's not like a walk in the park for me either. I have learned to make this experience enjoyable for myself. Playing jazz music in the background, watching my guilty pleasure shows, or just pleasure shows, you know. I've been watching like Real Housewives of Atlanta from season 1. That's what really helped me. Just do what makes you feel great. Like I've said many times, this is the time where you get to know your neighbor downstairs. I was just so committed to doing it right. The first 3 months was the hardest. I have my days where I wake up and I'm like, I have to dilate. But you know, you get it out of the way and that's it. After 3 months, that's when you go to Rocco side, which is the biggest side, and you just, you know, move forward with it 3 to 4 times a day, depends on what your surgeon suggested. Mine said do it 4 times until I hit 6 months. That's when I scale it down and I do 3 times. Sometimes I would add in another 5 minutes, so it would be like 20 minutes each session. At 6 months, I had my first orgasm. orgasm. It was a turning point for me. Dilating wasn't much of a problem anymore. I just felt like, okay, I committed 6 months. I had the result that I wanted. I can, you know, use the bathroom, number 1 and number 2. I have orgasms. I have sensation. So it means that everything that I've worked so hard for finally paying off. So that made me feel like, okay, dilating, not so bad. Just do it. I know the general thumb is after 1 year, you have to do it only once a week. I have heard that some people said if you have intercourse, that counts as one dilation. I think you have to check with your surgeons. Everybody's different. I think I'm still gonna do it a couple times a week after 1 year just because I like to keep it in the best mint condition. We have a little bit over 6 minutes left. It's not that bad, you know. I have asked some of you about dilation questions, so I'm just gonna use this time to answer it. As I mentioned before, in the beginning, you're gonna see blood, sometime a lot of it, and someone asked, when should you contact your surgeons? I think it all depends. The moment you should be alarmed is when you see so much blood coming out. I would advise you to get a phone number that when emergency cases happen, you can call right away and go through the hospital and all of that. You know, you want to call the right person, make sure that it can help you through it. Someone said that sometimes when I put in a dilator, it feels like it leans on one side, like the dot is not in the center anymore and it's leaning on the other side. A little bit is fine. If that happens, just gently move it back in the center. It used to cause me some discomfort, but now it doesn't really matter for me. Someone said, this is very time consuming. Is there any tips on killing the time? You can just like close your eyes and say, you know, some positive thing. Just think positive, you know, try to. I know it's hard. I had a very challenging time doing it too, but you know, it's worth it. You just have to put in the effort to get the best result. Sneezing, it can be painful. Sometimes when I sneeze, the dilator would come out a little bit. One time, I was laughing so hard when I was dilating. The dilator just shot out of my body. It was pretty aggressive. I try not to watch something too funny because when I laugh, you know, I don't want the dilator to come out. If you feel like it kind of like come out a little bit, just relax and kind of let go of your hand, so let the dilator come out by itself and then reinsert it. Everything's already lubricated. You don't have to re-loop it. It should be fine. So here's another question. It said, I heard no dilation means loss of depth. Can lost depth be regained? If you don't dilate, you're gonna lose depth. It also depends on how long have you not dilated. If I don't dilate within like, you know, 6-7 hours, I can feel it gets really tight. So if you haven't dilated it for like a month, I think you definitely would lose depth. And you have to ask your surgeon. Some people have to do like a revision, and I don't ever want to go under the knife again, so I'm gonna do everything I can not to go through that. I had a girlfriend that got the surgery and never dilated, and her closed completely. She can just use it for peeing. 3, 2, 1. You did it! So now what you want to do, I just take both hands off, just let it kind of slide out gently. Pull it out slowly and gently as you put it in. Expect some discharge. It should be fine. During the day, I would just get the baby wipes and I would just wipe down the dilator. At nighttime though, after my last dilation, I actually would use dish soap. It's antibacterial and stuff, and you just clean the dilator really quick. So that's what I do every night before I go to bed after my last dilation. But during the day, you can just wipe it with a baby wipe. It should be fine. Now if you want to wipe yourself, wipe it front to back. I'm gonna lean and I'm gonna wipe. Alright everyone, that was it. Not too bad, right? If you have dilated through this whole session with me, like tap yourself on the back, like you doing amazing. This is very, very critical to your surgery, and if you want to keep the result that you want, definitely invest your time in doing it. That you want to get to know yourself better, your body better, your new vagina better, you know, your roommate downstairs better. If you think like that, I promise you it can definitely help take away the mental stress of dilation. Don't worry about it. You got this. Like, I believe in you. I did it. I know you can too. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.